So, hello everyone, welcome to Exercise with EzXOS. Really excited for today's workout. We're going to be doing 4 different circuit points, I guess you can call them. So we're going to do 2 movements per section. We're going to go through that 4 times through. We're going to do 40 seconds of the first movement, 20 seconds of the second movement, and then I have a fun finisher for us at the end. So you don't need any equipment, but if you do have some wall space to sit on, we're doing wall sits today. If you don't have that, I'll give the alternative there. So getting started with our demo today, though, we're going to start off with squats. So we're going to do 40 seconds of squats. This one, if you want some like weight or anything, you can always grab like a dumbbell or a water bottle, gallon of milk, anything you want to hold on to. But just regular squats, feet hip width apart here, hips back, pressing the ground away from us. So we're going to do squats for 40 seconds. And then for 20 seconds, we're going to hold at the bottom. So hips are back, chest is up, back nice and flat. So we're holding that for 20 seconds. And then we're going to go onto the ground. And we're going to do a plank to pike. So hands are going to be on the ground here on the hands and toes in that plank position, and then pushing the hips up into that pike and then back down. So going between those. And then for the last 20 seconds, we're just going to hold that high plank. So keeping that core tight and our shoulders are nice and even, hands under the shoulders, holding that for 20 seconds. And then we're going to do our wall sit. So finding space on the wall, we want to walk those knees out. We want about 90-degree angles in the knees and the hips, challenging everyone. We don't want to have our hands pushing off. So we want to push that low back into the ground, and by the ground, I mean the wall, and then hands at the side. And then after that, this is going to be really fun. We're going to do squat pulses. So getting nice and low in that squat, just pulsing here in the bottom half, just really lightly pushing the ground away from us. So that's number 3. And then last thing, number 4, we're going to do push-ups here. So you can be on your hands and toes or on your knees, whatever is more available to you. I'm definitely going to do my knees today. So if we're on the knees, we want a straight line from the knees to the hips to the shoulders, going down as low to the ground as we can, and then pushing back up, making sure our elbows are staying about 45-degree angles. So we're going to do 40 seconds of push-ups, and then we're going to do our pike push-up. So having the glutes towards the ceiling, lowering the head down in between the hands, and coming back up. So that's going to be, we're going to do 4 rounds of that total. And then after we're done with our 4 rounds, we're going to do our finisher. We're going to do 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest, 4 times through of burpees, but we're going to do burpees with the hands off. So what that means is we're going to do our normal burpees. So we're going to jump, hands, and then feet. And then we're going to go all the way to the ground, lift our hands off the ground, and then push off the ground again, and then back into the next burpee. So that's going to be our finisher for today. If burpees or jumping is not your thing, no problem. Go ahead and just walk those hands out. Still want to do the hands off, but then walk your hands back. So that is going to be the workout for today. Let's go ahead and get started with our warm-up. Luis did drop all of that in the chat for us. So thank you, Luis. If you need to check that out anytime, feel free. That is in the chat. And we're going to get started with the world's greatest stretch. We're going to start in this top of our space here. All of the weight is going to be in our left leg. Nice big deep breath. Interlace those fingers. Grab onto the right knee, pulling the right knee towards the chest. Nice big deep belly breath. And we're going to exhale, step back into that reverse lunge. Hands are going to go on the inside of that front leg, keeping that back leg nice and straight. We're going to do a nice big deep breath. And we're going to exhale, left hand up towards the ceiling. We're going to gaze past that thumb. And on our next exhale, planting that hand on the outside of our front foot, pushing up into that hamstring stretch. Nice big deep breath. And we're going to exhale, bring the right foot next to the left foot. We're going to stand on up. Great job. All right. Same thing on the other side. So all of our weight into our right leg now. Interlace those fingers. Inhaling nice and deep, grabbing onto our left knee, pulling it towards our chest. And we're going to exhale, step back into that reverse lunge. Back leg stays nice and straight. Hands on the inside of that front foot. Keeping that back leg nice and straight. We're gonna do a nice big deep belly breath, and we're gonna exhale right hand, up towards the ceiling, gazing past our thumb. And on our next exhale, planting that hand on the outside of the front foot, pushing ourselves up into that hamstring stretch. Trying to get as close as we can to the knee. And we're gonna exhale, bring the left foot next to the right foot and standing on up. Wonderful. All right, next part, we're gonna get our arms warmed up. So let's go ahead and do some plank to pike here. So we're gonna be on our hands and our toes. And we're gonna exhale, push ourselves up into that pike position. From here, we can go ahead and pedal our feet a few times, get our calves a little bit more stretched out, really get a nice upper back stretch. And we're gonna go back to plank. We're gonna do that 2 more times. So pushing ourselves up, doing whatever you need to in that pike. And returning to that plank. All right, last one, nice big exhale into the pike. Getting a nice stretching in. And from here, we can go ahead and walk our hands towards our feet. Get a little bit of extra hamstring stretch in there. We can go ahead, roll on up. We're ready to rock and roll. So starting at the top, we're just doing regular squats, and then we're gonna hold for 20 seconds. So 40-20 here, and the timer ready, 3, 2, 1, and go. So we're just squatting here. Again, if you want some resistance, go ahead and grab your dumbbells. If you have dumbbells, if you want to grab a water bottle or something, anything really, anything you want to grab, laundry detergent, the opportunities are endless. You can grab whatever you want. I'm just doing body weight today. We're getting those hips down as low as we can while keeping our back nice and flat. So upper back and low back are staying flat, keeping that core tight. Push the ground away from you with your whole foot. So we're really keeping that chest up so we can get those parallel lines in our shins and in our chest. All right, we're gonna hold at the bottom in 3, 2, 1. So holding in the bottom of our squat here. After this, we're gonna go straight into our plank to pike, into our planks. So that is what's coming up next. We're gonna hold, keep holding, we're pushing, we're staying strong here, we're almost there. Going to plank to pike in 3, 2, 1. So on our hands and toes, pushing ourselves up, right back down into the plank, making sure our hips aren't dipping below those shoulders. We want our butt to be low enough, but not so low that we're sagging our low back and our core is not engaged. We want to keep that core engaged the whole time. So if you want to pretend like someone's about to punch you in the stomach, and that reflex that we have, that's how we want to hold on to our core right now. Moving at a nice pace. 3, 2, 1. We're gonna hold our plank. So high plank here on the hands and toes, keeping that core tight, keeping the butt down. We're gonna focus on the breath here. We got our wall sit coming up next. Getting ready for that in 3, 2, 1. So finding our space. If you don't have a wall to lean on, no problem. You can just do a hold at the bottom of your squat. We're just going to do this wall sit. So we really want to make sure we're pushing that belly button into the wall. That's going to help activate our quads a little bit. We want to be low enough here, whole foot in the ground. So heel, big toe, little toe planted. If you're wearing socks, you might want to take them off because my feet are starting to slip. But we're holding here. We're almost there. We're going to do squat pulses after this. So we're pushing into the wall, using those quads. 3, 2, 1. We're standing up. We got pulses. So we're pulsing in that squat. And then we're going to go on to our push-ups and our pike push-ups. So chest up. Nice small movements here. We're staying in that bottom half of our squat. 3, 2, 1. We're doing push-ups. So on your hands, or sorry, on your knees or on your toes, going as low to the ground as we can with our chest, keeping those elbows in. What that's going to do is helping us go from here down and up is really going to engage our chest. Coming out like that, that's going to be all of our shoulders. We want to protect those shoulder joints. So keep those elbows in. At the bottom, we want our hands to be right at the bottom of our rib cage, so we really can engage our chest. Breathing as we come up, 3, 2, 1, and pike push-ups. It's a lot of being in this position today, but that's okay. We're doing great. We're gonna start at the top. Next with our squats and the squat hold, 3, 2, 1. On our feet, back into that squat. So we don't have a lot of transition time this time around. That's okay. We're really pushing. I know Joan loves the no rest workouts. So we're definitely not resting today until we're done. We'll rest after we're done with the workout during our cool down, right before we go on to eat our lunch. Breathing as we come up, being explosive here through that squat. 3, 2, 1, we're holding at the bottom. Okay, as low as it feels comfortable, keeping that chest up, core is tight, we're bracing our core. Shoulder blades are pulled down and back. We're holding, we got our plank to pike. Next, 3, 2, 1, go ahead and walk those hands forward on the hands and toes. Push ourselves up, right back down. Keeping the core tight. Does help if we exhale as we come up to really help us engage the core and keep our back nice and flat. We're using the core, using our arms. Our hips are staying level. Our shoulders are right above our wrists in that plank. All right, 3, 2, 1, we're holding our plank. And then after this, we're gonna go into that wall sit. So pushing our shoulders towards the ceiling, focusing on the breath here, bracing our core, acting like someone's gonna punch you in the stomach. 3, 2, 1, into our wall sit. So getting down, we want 90 degrees in the knees. Pushing our belly button into the wall as if we were doing something like dead bugs, which if you were in class this morning, I know John was, we pushed our belly button into the ground during those dead bugs. Try not to place your hands on your lap. I know it's hard. Our quads are feeling it. We're pushing through, we're almost there. Focusing on the breath. 3, 2, 1. All right, standing on up. We're pulsing in the bottom part of our squat. Pushing the whole foot away from us. We got our pike. Oh, sorry. We're doing push-ups first and then our pike push-ups. On the knees and hands. 3, 2, 1. Or I guess if you're doing full push-ups, you can be on your toes. I find sometimes for me, I can do more reps for my knees and do more and feel it in my chest versus being on my hands and toes. We also want to make sure our core is staying nice and tight here. We don't want our butt up here, pushing those hips towards the ground. And the more we can engage our core, so bracing like someone's punching us, really is going to help keep one straight line. 3, 2, 1, pike push-ups, butt to the ceiling. After this, we're gonna be halfway done with the workout. Oh man, my arms are dead. All right, squats in 3, 2, 1. All right, we got 2 more rounds to go. And then we got our finisher, which those hands-off burpees are gonna be fun. I'll give us a few seconds to transition into our finisher. On these squats, we really wanna focus. We're pushing that ground away from us. The more we focus on pushing through the whole foot. That's going to activate all the muscles that we want to activate. The inside part of the knee is directly over our second toe. Our butt is back and our chest is up. 3, 2, 1. We're holding at the bottom. Chest up, keeping that core tight. Holding here, breathing. Letting those knees come forward. We're going to do our plank to pike next. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and walk those hands forward on the hands and toes. Exhale up to that pike. Awesome job. Doing great. We're keeping that core engaged. Lots of planks today. Lots of this position. It's good. We're getting functional movement in here. It's kind of total body in a way too. 3, 2, 1. We're holding that plank, pushing through the ground with our arms, so our shoulders getting pushed towards the ceiling, bracing through the core. Focus on the breath. We got our wall sit in 3, 2, 1. Standing on up. Back to the wall. Walking those feet out until we got 90 degrees. In the hips and in those knees. Belly button towards the wall. Focusing on the breath. Try and keep those hands off of your lap. I feel hair all over me. Okay. Always shedding. My hair's everywhere. Okay. We're almost there. We got our pole squats next. Focus on the breath. Use those legs. 3, 2, 1. Standing on up. Staying in the bottom half of our squat. We're gonna need lots of leg stretches in our stretch break later today. All right, we're gonna go into our push-ups. 3, 2, 1. On the ground again. Bringing our chest as close to the ground as we can. Keeping that core tight. Exhale as we push up. If your wrists are starting to get tired, you can always make fists on the ground for your push-ups, or if you have dumbbells that aren't circular, you always place your hands on the dumbbells to give you a little bit more stability and give your wrists a little bit of a break. 3, 2, 1. Pike push-ups. Hindsight probably wasn't a good idea to do this much chest when I did chest this morning. We're stuck. Okay. All right, starting at the top, last round. 3, 2, 1. On our feet, we're squatting. Last round here, letting those knees track past our second toe. Whole foot, pushing the ground away from us. Finding a depth that feels good for you, where you can keep that back nice and flat. You can notice my back stays flat the whole time. My pelvis isn't going back and forth. Keeping that core brace, bringing the butt towards the belly button, locking that in, and then squatting right back down. All right, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna hold at the bottom. And then we got our plank to pike with our plank hold. And then we only have 2 more to go. Then we got burpees. 3, 2, 1. Plank to pike on the hands and toes. Pushing up, right back down. Great job, everyone. And now the 4th round, you get a little tough on those arms. We're exhaling as we come up. Keeping that core braced, making sure we aren't dipping those hips down past our shoulders. All right, almost ready for that plank hold. 3, 2, 1. Bring those hips in line with the shoulders. Push those shoulders through to the ceiling. Keep that core engaged. Protect yourself from getting punched. This is the longest 20 seconds of my life. 3, 2, 1. All right, onto our wall sit. There's only so much our arms can handle before it starts getting really tired. Keeping that pelvis tucked. So we're bringing the butt towards the belly button. Press that belly button back into the wall. You should feel this all in our legs. Whole foot pushing into the ground. Focus on the breath. Don't focus on your legs shaking. We're almost there. Keep pushing. This would be a time where I normally ask the highs and lows of the days when it starts to get hard. 3, 2, 1. All right, we're pulsing. But it's hard when we're not in person and we're all muted for me to be able to talk to you guys. Small movements here. Last round of these, then we got our push-ups coming up next. 3, 2, 1. All right, into our push-ups. Last thing here before we move to our burpees. Great job. Get that breathing down, keeping those elbows 45 degrees or closer. I know it can be hard, especially after 4 rounds, so we can always lower ourselves nice and slow onto the ground and get up however we need to. 3, 2, 1. All right, pike push-ups. Last thing here. I'll give us a few seconds to mentally, physically prepare for our burpees. Bring that head in between the hands. 3, 2, 1. All right. Take a deep breath. Oops. Stop. Okay. We have 4 rounds, 20 seconds of burpees, 10 seconds of rest. All the way to the ground. Release those hands right back up. Okay, we're ready. We're never really gonna be ready, but we're ready. 3, 2, 1, and go. So if you're not jumping today, you're gonna walk those hands out and then walk them back as we stand up. But chest to the ground, lift those hands right back into the next burpee. Okay, it's a little bit harder. 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're resting. Great job. We got 3 more. Only 2 minutes of burpees. 3, 2, 1. Not even 2 full minutes. It's only 80 seconds worth, which is not even a minute and a half. You can definitely do that many burpees. Try and count them, get 1 more each time. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Oh, we're doing good. We got 2 more. And then we're cool down. 3, 2, 1. Last 40 seconds of burpees. They're split up, which always helps. Lifting those hands off the ground. I know it's tough after all of our push-ups and planks. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Oh, my arms are dead. Okay, last round here. 3, 2, 1. Leaving it all right here. Last set, best set. Pushing yourselves. Oh, hands off. Arms are dead. We're doing good. 3, 2, 1. Okay, we are done with the workout for today. Nice job, everyone. Go ahead, get a sip of water. We're gonna make our way onto the ground on our hands and knees for a cool down. Move this a little bit. Ooh. Starting to slow breathing down. We're on our hands and knees. We're gonna do our quadruped rocking with that adductor stretch, so leg out to the side, and then we're also gonna rotate through. So I'm gonna start with my right leg out to the side. From here, we're gonna go ahead, keep that pelvis tucked. So we're all doing it together. We're gonna rock back here, inhaling. Exhaling, right hand is gonna reach through as we exhale. And then plant that hand, return to center. So we're gonna do that 2 more times. So my right leg is out, so my right leg is reaching. So inhaling as we go back. Exhaling, reaching through. And then back to center. And last one here, reaching the furthest out of the 3. A nice big inhale. And exhale as we reach. And then we can return back to that starting position. We're gonna do that same thing on the left leg. So left leg up to the side, keeping that pinky toe on the ground. We're gonna rock back, inhaling, exhaling, reaching through. And then back to center. 2 more, nice big inhale as we go back. Exhale, reaching through. And then back to center. All right, last one here, nice big inhale. And exhale, reaching through. And go ahead and bring that leg in. And it is not an exercise with EzXOS. We don't prepare our bodies to go eat. So we're gonna slow our breath down. Nice big inhales, in through the nose, into the belly. Nice big sighs, sinking into the ground with each exhale. We're doing some child's pose. So we can bring those knees as wide as we need to. We're gonna go ahead and walk those hands forward, sink the hips back, forehead, chin, or cheek to the ground. We're gonna do 3 big, deep breaths. So nice big inhales through the nose. And sigh away that tension. Make that exhale a little longer than your inhale so we can bring that heart rate down and we can allow our bodies to digest our lunches. So 2 more breaths here. And we're gonna do 1 more big deep breath. And once you finish that last exhale, feel free to stay there if you'd like, or you can return to seated, kneeling, standing. That is going to complete this week's exercise with EzXOS. Thank you all so much for joining me. We do have dance coming up right after this with John, and then we got a stretch break with me at 2:30, and then abs, core, mobility with Louise tonight at 4:30. We are also starting our 9/11 step challenge, stair challenge. We have that starting next Friday, and we are taking donations for the National Fallen Firefighters Foundation to help support the families who have been affected by loved ones losing their lives fighting fires. So that link is in the chat box. So thank you, Louise. That donation link goes straight to your cause. Autodesk is matching anything over $25 automatically. So help us help those families, as it's been almost 20 years next Saturday since that happened. So help us support those families. Great cause. And I will see you all next week at some point, or hopefully in the stretch break later today, because I am teaching that today.